Hi everyone, it's Monday, it's 4 o'clock, and you know what that means? It's time for the Hostess Next Door. I'm your hostess, Chef Vanessa Cantave. Thank you so much for joining me today. We've got Sarah in the studio. Hey Sarah.
Hello everyone.
Thank you so much. Today's episode, top 15 time-saving tips and hacks to help save you time in the kitchen. Nobody is mad about saving a little bit of extra time. So the very first thing that we're gonna talk about is the importance of making a list. So I'm calling this the 86 list. That's a term that we use in kitchens. When you run out of something, you say, it's 86, we don't have any more. If you know that you were the last person to drink all of the rest of the milk, put it on there, and then I know that I need to buy it at the grocery store. When you get to the grocery store, it's really great, and you don't have to spend, as much time just sort of wandering the aisles. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, costs a little bit more, but if you want to save time, you can buy certain vegetables already cut. Of course, I want everyone to have knives and learn how to dice and do all of that, but it's absolutely worth the extra $2 for me to buy my garlic already prepared.
Because you use so much garlic.
I use so much garlic, and I hate, garlic is just one of those things, that's worth it to me. Okay, so the third thing is ginger. So this is what the ginger looks like when you buy it in the store. And rather than trying to peel it with a vegetable peeler, the easiest thing to do is actually to take a spoon. And you just want to the skin is so thin and delicate on ginger that all you have to do is take your spoon and run it over, and you can just sort of peel it this way.
That actually comes off way easier than I thought.
Really, 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 really easy. All right, so number 4 is this idea that the larger your fruits and vegetables, the longer it takes them to cook. Here we have baby carrots, we have little baby red bliss potatoes. So if you have smaller vegetables, they're obviously gonna cook a lot faster. Cooking temperature will be the same, but the cooking time is so much shorter, and also they're cute and they're yummy. So number 5 is just this idea that, I don't know a person who still is washing their lettuce greens and salad greens that much anymore. Nowadays, everybody's pretty much buying them already washed, already dried, ready to go, and they stay fresher in the refrigerator when you buy them like this. So I'm a mom and I'm trying to save time just like everyone else, and I definitely take a lot of shortcuts, so don't worry. Here we made some tomato soup. Gonna make some a really delicious, yummy soup. You should just go ahead and triple the recipe and then eat it and take the rest and then freeze it. All you have to do is take it out and thaw it, reheat it. And actually, here we can use these from the first 2 tips. You can put a couple little baby veg that you have roasted here, but you don't have to do a lot. You have the soup all ready to go, and now that soup was repurposed into a lunch, and that's a whole nother meal that you made a whole long time ago. Okay, so the next thing here is this rotisserie chicken. It's inexpensive, and it can go a long way. We did, I think way back in episode 3, we did an entire episode that was just about my favorite thing, this chicken. And we showed 3 different recipes that we made all from one rotisserie chicken. It's inexpensive and it's great, and you can do lots of things with it. All right, so this next one is one of my favorites, and I think everybody probably knows by now, I make pancakes for my family just about every single weekend. And so this is a really easy kind of chefy thing. We use squeeze bottles for everything. And so this is a really cool technique for preparing pancakes because you're using a squeeze bottle. It goes much faster, and it's also so much less messy. You can literally put the mix right into the squeeze bottle. You can actually put it all right in there and squeeze it. It's no mess. You can make all your pancakes the perfect size.
Yeah, and Jenna Brill-Kirk said, and you can make super cute designs. Super cute designs.
But yeah, you see, it's so clean and so easy. See, I like all this stuff, especially the breakfast stuff, because in the morning, I'm not even a functional person until I have coffee.
Oh, those pancakes smell good. I
know, I'm trying to flip them for you. All right, Sarah, I'm really making these for you because I know if we don't have something for you to eat after the show, you're gonna kill me. So So the next thing is, I went through a phase where I was really into beets, and the easiest way to cook your own beets is to actually just take the beets, toss them in some olive oil, and just put them with the skin and everything on into a piece of foil, and then, you know, just kind of crimp it at the top. You know, put it in the oven and roast it like you normally would, but you'll see that the skin just like, it just comes like right off. It's really easy. I don't want my hands to get really red, but I think you guys get the idea. Okay, so this one is really fun. This is a really easy way to core your strawberry. Take a straw, you're gonna just come up through the bottom, and this is like if you didn't have like a strawberry huller, and you'll see that it just comes right out, just like that. And then you've got the stem, it's in there. And here you go. I did one earlier too. So that's just a really easy way if you don't have like a huller. You just have this little holes right here. So this is one of my favorite tools. It costs like maybe $8 or $10, and it's called a mandoline. And it's used in a lot of like Japanese style cooking, and it's just a really fast and easy way to cut vegetables. So for instance, like I have this zucchini right here. This blade is so sharp, you can cut yourself, so just be careful. So, oh, it's actually a cucumber. I thought it was a zucchini. We're gonna do this entire cucumber. And see, like these are like perfect, they're all exactly uniform. So when you're in the kitchen, you're prepping, you're trying to make a whole meal. It seems so obvious. Why not have just like a bowl right in front of you that you're working with that you can put like the stems, you know, if you're peeling a carrot, if you have like, so this is literally like all the stuff from like when we were making the beets and like slicing carrots and all that stuff. Then you're really only going back to the garbage once or twice during your prep instead of like consistently having to go back. And that's just like, it seems like duh, but I'm telling you, it saves so much time. Saves so much time. You also just want to clean as you go. We talk about it every week on the show. You guys see me doing it, but if you clean as you go, then when you finish, you don't have this just huge mess and you don't feel overwhelmed, because nobody wants that.
And Lori Christensen says, save your waste for a compost pile. So remember.
That's also a good idea.
Yeah.
That's also a good idea. Good for the environment. All right, so here, this is another thing that chefs really, really love. And it's literally, it's just parchment paper. And it's great for two reasons. I learned always to use parchment paper because it extends the life of your pans. It's super inexpensive, and I always line my pans and then I'm done. Like we roast all of our carrots, put them in a bowl, and then now all you really have to do is just kind of like throw this away, and this is pretty clean. You still want to give it a wipe, but it's just not the same. Okay, so then the last thing is just being like really creative with your leftovers. So we had meatloaf left over from another project that we did, and so I was like, this is a really good idea. Let's do like a meatloaf sandwich. I love meatloaf. Meatloaf is one of my favorite things. We melted mozzarella on there. All we did was just grab a loaf of ciabatta.
That looks
and like,
so good.
Yeah, and it's not like, you know, it's not like just a little simple little like, you know, quickie sandwich. Like, it feels more like a meal, and you didn't really have to do anything. So I'm always about embrace the sandwiches.
Embrace the leftovers.
Embrace your leftovers. These are my favorite 15 hacks and tips and tricks. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us today. We are looking at some really cool ideas for next week, so make sure you tune in every Monday, 4 o'clock. Thank you so much, and have a great week.